it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be continuing a series on my channel that deals with natal charts, and today I'll be doing a natal chart analysis explanation reading on David Beckham. I'll be speaking on his placements and explain how it leads to his character and a lot of the success he has garnered. So please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so. Please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Also hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. And please share this video with all your friends, family members, anyone you know who'd be interested in this content or who really loves David Beckham. With that in mind, lovelies, let's get right into the video. David Beckham was born on May 2nd, 1975, and this automatically qualifies him to be a Taurus. When someone has Taurus as a sun, they are deeply rooted in their thoughts, words, and actions. So they're the type of people that really think deeply in their thoughts, and they really are able to think deeply on their words and as well as their actions. They're the type of people that think before they do anything, whether that's speak or whether they do actions. They want to make sure that everything works in their favor and that there are things that make sense before making a decision, because they want to make sure that everything runs smoothly and that everything has order in it. They are hard workers and they love security because they know that's very important. Next up is his moon in Capricorn. I did a video a week ago in regards to this topic, and he was the example that I used, so you guys can watch that video. And with this placement, it is one of the hardest moon placements to have. However, when someone has this placement, they're very well-rounded, they're very rational, they're very practical, and they always want the best for them. So they are very smart people, they're well-rounded, they know how to do different things in life, so they're able to adapt and do things that other people may not be able to do. They're very rational people, so in any situation they're going to think rationally and they're going to think practically too. Also, they always know what's best for them. They always know what they want, and they're going to work as hard as they need to in order for them to get what they want. Next up is his Mercury in Taurus. So he's the type of person that loves to take his time when making a decision, because he wants to make sure that all of those decisions are made in a way to benefit him, not only for the present, but also for the future and also for generations to come. He's going to make sure that every fact is taken into account when making a decision. He wants to make sure that all the evidence, all the statistics, or anything that can help him understand what's going on or what is the best decision for him to make, he's going to look into it. Also making sure that every detail is made and that everyone knows what needs to be talked about before making the decision, and he also wants to talk about the consequences that go with it. So he wants to make sure that everything is looked at before he makes a decision. Next up is his Venus in Gemini. So he's the type of person that wants to have a variety of fun. In his relationships, he wants to make sure that things last longer, and he wants to make sure that things happen and the fun never ends. He's the type of person to be very playful, and his wit attracts a lot of people. He wants to have a relationship where he can talk to his spouse and they talk about important issues or deeper issues. He wants to make sure that things changes and that things keep going instead of just doing the same thing over and over. He wants to make sure that the fun lasts and that things keep going. He's also the type of person that wants to make sure that he has freedom in the relationship and wants to be able to be with his friends. Next up is his Mars in Pisces. So they're the type of people that love to express themselves, and they love to go after everything with love and compassion. So they may express themselves through creativity, whether that's through music, that's through art, or anything that can be shown, seen, or heard. It's the fact that they're able to express themselves is what they love to do. Also, they love to go after things with love and compassion. So anything they go through in life, they're not really going to be competitive. They want to make sure that everyone around them knows that they want the best for them as well, and that they're just going to give you love, and they're going to give you compassion. And this is the way he's able to accomplish a lot of his goals, is through the compassion he shows others and the love he shows others. And this is great, especially because he loved to play sports. Next up is his Jupiter in Aries. So since he has this placement, he has a lot of energy for travel and meeting challenges head on. And he loves engaging in new opportunities. So I remember when he used to play, in his country called it football, but in America we call it soccer. And he did have a lot of energy for travel, because when you play these sports, you have to travel from one place to another. Sometimes you're not able to see your family a lot, and that's something that he was great at. He's also a type of person that would meet his challenges head on and make sure that everything is accomplished in the way that it should be. And he loves engaging in new opportunities. If you do see, he's in a lot of commercials that deal with clothes, and he does a lot of things, ambassadorships. So he loves doing new things, and he's versatile in that way. Next up is his Saturn in Cancer. These people tend to hold back their tendencies to avoid showing any kind of weakness. Cancer is a water sign, and it's in the placement of Saturn. So they're the type of people that don't want to show weakness in any way, shape, or form. So this at times can limit them, because they may not go into ventures or do things that they truly love, because they'll think, oh, people may not appreciate it, or people may think I'm weak, or perhaps I'm not smart, or perhaps I'm not strong. So this could limit them to a certain extent on things that they truly want to do. And that's something that needs to be worked on, and they can work on it. They just have to know that regardless of what other people say about you, you are not weak. You are a strong person for even going into something that you don't know the full result of. So that's very important for someone with this placement, especially David Beckham, to know. Next up is his Uranus and Libra. They are constantly coming up with new ideas, and they look at things in a different way. And this may come to marriage, or this may come to things in society that have a standard, or things in society that already have rules set up. However, he may look at something very differently. And even though in his generation they may not like it or appreciate it or agree with it, in other generations, they will look back at what he's done, and they'll think to themselves, you know what, that was very unique, and later on it may become a trend. And it's good for anyone with this placement to know that just put yourself out there, and just know that whatever you do, later on in life, you will see the benefits of it. Even if you don't see it, other generations will see it. So try your best to be innovative. Next up is his Neptune in Sagittarius. He thrives on a variety of exciting, uplifting experiences and learning new things. So he loves to do things that are very fun and that lifts his spirits, because Sagittarius, they are in any placement a sign that loves to live life to the fullest, and they try their best not to put a lot of stress on themselves. So he wants to make sure that he has uplifting experiences. And while he's having these uplifting and exciting experiences, he always wants to learn new things in the process, because Sagittarius also love to learn new things. So while he's doing fun things, he wants to learn, like, what's the purpose of this? How can I benefit from this? What is the psychology or philosophy behind this thing that I'm having fun with. So with this placement, their fun is never in vain. Next up is his Pluto in Libra. When someone has this placement, they know all too well the problems behind the social and worldly issues that we're going through. So they're the type of generation that will let you know, oh, this is the issue. Even though they don't have a solution, they will be able to pinpoint what the problem is, and they're able to give the information to generations to come so they're able to fix the issue or come up with a plan. So at least that generation, they come up with a plan, and the generation after that will at least be able to fix the problem that has already occurred. So he is a part of Generation Y. And anyone who was born between 1972 and 1984, they more than likely have a Pluto in Libra. So this is their motto, and this is what they tend to be. Next up is his North Node in Sagittarius. So for him to uncover his hidden gifts and talents, he will need to develop these attributes. So one of them is reliance on intuition, prophetic abilities, and invisible guidance, speaking from a higher consciousness, being able to develop a sense of freedom and adventure, direct communication that is free from censorship, trusting oneself, spending time alone and in nature, patience, intuitive listening, and hearing the meaning behind the words. So in order for him to gain gifts and talents, he would need to develop all of these traits. And based on how his life is going, I'm pretty sure he's been able to develop a lot of these traits. Next up is his Kiron and Aries. So his wounds are rejection and self-worth, also not believing in himself and comparing himself to others, and being self-engrossed. So a lot of people say that Kiron and Aries is the hardest because it deals with how you think about yourself. All the other placements can, even though you're going to always have it with you, the womb, but they can, be not too bad. However, when you don't believe in yourself, it's kind of one of the worst things that can happen, because when you don't believe in yourself, then you're able to be taken advantage of and you don't see your worth. So what he should try to do is accept everyone is different, acknowledging his strengths and his weaknesses, moving forward with loving himself, and also empowering himself and others. Next up is his ascendant/rising in Taurus. So at times he may be stubborn. He can be very loyal to anyone he loves or respects. He's very careful and cautious. He may be very self-indulgent, and he has an appearance of being very strong and physically sturdy. He has a comforting presence. He's very artistic. He's very charismatic, and he does have a very nice and pleasant voice about himself. And if you would like a better explanation on Taurus rising, you can look on my channel, and I do have a video on that. And lastly, he is the type of person that will thrive for security, and this is one of the reasons why he works so hard. He does have a family, and that's another reason why he is motivated to work so hard. Lastly would be his midheaven in Capricorn. So when it comes to midheavens, the three most successful midheavens are Capricorn, Aries, and Leo, and Capricorn's at the top. So they are the type of people that will work hard for their dreams regardless of what may come their way. He is very confident, he's very accomplished, he's very patient, and he's very focused when it comes to his career. He's going to make sure that he takes his work seriously and that he's very dedicated and very disciplined to his work. He's the type of person, or with this placement, that wants to make sure that there's organization in his career, and that in the future he's able to get into a higher position in his career And by him being a soccer player, he was able to do that. He's one of the greatest soccer players ever. So he loves to work very hard. That's all I have for you lovelies in regards to David Beckham's natal chart. I hope that you guys learned something new and got to know more about David Beckham. Please let me know how you feel down below. Also hit that subscribe button, that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Hit that like button and also share this video with anyone you know. And lastly, if you haven't followed me on my social media accounts, then they're linked on your screen, and also they're linked down below, so you could just press on the link and you can go straight to them. Also, you guys can join my Patreon and listen to my podcast. I love you all, and I thank you guys for supporting me. You guys can also support me through my PayPal, and you guys can please have a great week. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy. And I will see you guys on my next video. Bye, lovelies.